Joining me now, Bill Donohue, president of the Catholic League, Newsmax contributor, and author of Unmasking Mother Teresa's Critics. Great to see you, my friend.
Thank you so much.
All right, you wrote a piece for Newsmax the other day. You wrote a new one today, shifting the blame on these anti-Catholic emails from Podesta to Hillary. I just want to put something up here on the screen. Can we put this up here? This is from John Halpin to John Podesta. Ken Alouetta's last piece on Murdoch in the New Yorker states starts off with the side that both Murdoch and Robert Thompson, managing editor of the Wall Street Journal, are raising their kids Catholic. Friggin' Murdoch baptizes kids in Jordan, where John the Baptist baptized Jesus. Most of the powerful elements of the conservative movement are all Catholic. And then he goes on. Let's go to the next one here. Now, this is from Jennifer Palmieri, communications director for the Clinton campaign. I imagine they think it's the most socially acceptable, politically conservative religion. Their rich friends wouldn't understand it if they became evangelicals. And then we have the final one from John Halpin to Podesta, or to Palmieri. Excellent point. They can throw around Thomistic thought and subsidiary and sound sophisticated because no one knows what the hell they're talking about. I mean, virulently anti-Catholic, but not the worst of it, because Podesta then starts talking about a revolution, trying to cause a revolution within the Catholic Church.
Well, that's exactly right. We have two separate issues here. We have the disparaging remarks about Catholics and disdain for evangelicals as well. I don't like the bigoted remarks, but you know what? I'm kind of used to it by now. It's certainly not right. When that happened a couple of days ago and I learned about that Licky Week thread, I said Hillary Clinton is not responsible. Okay, now we have the new development. This is a whole nother development altogether. Now we have John Podesta being asked by a friend, a left-wing activist, how do we plant the seeds of revolution in the Catholic Church? He has a ready answer. He's already on it. He says, well, I've already created Catholics in Alliance for the Common Good and Catholics United, faux Catholic, dummy, phony groups with the purpose of sowing division within the Catholic Church, trying to manipulate Catholic public opinion in general. I mean, this is astonishing. I can't imagine if I were to get together with you, and we wouldn't do it, trying to create some dummy Islamic group just for the sake of ticking off Muslims and trying to undermine them. This would be on the front page of the New York Times.
Who, by the way, won't touch this story.
They won't touch it. This is sabotage. Now, we know that George Soros has been the principal supplier of money to Catholics in Alliance and Catholics United. But now we know who the point man is. I long suspected, but he didn't have the proof until now. John Podesta is running offense for George Soros. They create Catholics United, and Catholics United then gets its lawyers to go to the IRS to try and bring me down. It's up on my website. I'm not exaggerating one iota.
Okay, so, but you haven't, in the explanation where you now blame Hillary, you haven't mentioned Hillary, so why did you shift?
Because, you know, I gave her a day. After I learned that we're gone beyond bigotry, now we're into deeds of sabotage, and she has done nothing. At this point, she owns it. This is Hillary's issue. This is her albatross.
Because she hasn't come out and said anything.
She has said absolutely nothing about John Podesta working for mutiny to sabotage the Catholic Church, a revolution from within. And therefore, this woman now is an absolute disgrace, not just to Catholics, but to anybody. I would speak with just as much contempt if this was done about Jews or Muslims or Mormons or Protestants or any other religion.
But the media in general, although they're touching on this,
right,
they're now obsessed with this woman 30 years ago. How is this going to be? Are Catholics, I mean, are Catholics, is this going to be talked about within the churches and Catholic organizations besides your great Catholic League?
There's some good news here. And I just contacted him, emailed him. He's a good friend of mine. He's one of the best bishops, archbishops in the United States. I'm talking about Charles Chaput, the Archbishop of Philadelphia. He has a splendid column going after the Clinton Podesta campaign against the Catholic Church. Doesn't surprise me that he would do it because he's bright and he's courageous. I think that'll break the ice with many others. Catholics need to learn. We're not talking here about people who say, well, we disagree with you. They're out to sunder Catholicism, and they admit it.
And why would they stop at Catholicism?
Oh, they're not.
Why wouldn't they go after, I mean, Jews already, for the most part, vote. I mean, there's a lot of liberals in Judaism, but why not go for Judaism, and why not look to defend, as they have been, even radical Islam?
You've got evangelical Protestants, you have Orthodox Jews, you have Mormons, you have many Muslims, as well as traditional Catholics. There's liberals within all groups. But the ones that I'm talking about are more traditional bent. They still believe marriage is between a man and woman, that life begins at conception. We're the enemy. They always like the Catholic Church because I know it's 2,000 years old, it's rich traditions, you get hierarchy,
Right.
got a pope at the top. I mean, but I've never seen it where they just go from bigotry to actual words and setting up dummy organizations for the purpose of sabotage.
Go to Newsmax.com and check out Bill Donohue's latest piece. Good to see you, my friend.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Up next, ladies and gentlemen, former U.S. Majority Leader of the House, Tom DeLay. Don't go away.